KSI, YouTuber, yes. Boxer, apparently. Musician, So KSI's album Dissimulation was released on the 22nd of May 2020. Now obviously throughout the period of time leading up to the album release, he had been releasing singles. We had Poppin', we had Houdini, we had Wake Up Call, and we had Down Like That. Once the album was released, obviously JJ himself had said on YouTube that if he was to reach a #1 that he would go bald, or baldski as it's referred to. Now in my personal opinion, this is one of the top reasons as to why the album has done so well. Not discrediting KSI in any way, shape or form, but I definitely think with the inclusion of trying to reel in your viewers to do something that they want you to do, that obviously increases your chances of being on a much higher pedestal than what I believe it should be. After the album's release, it was obviously met with some positive and some negative criticism, but I can't help but think nothing really went wrong.
Wait, no, it did.
I have to say, I wasn't aware of this until earlier on this evening, where I found out that, as you can see, they forgot to include a verse from one of the featuring artists on the CD release. Now, that's big. That's a big thing, to not include a verse, especially when you're rolling it out to your customers, to your fans, and then receiving 3/4 of the track. So that already, in my opinion, was a bad move. So I'm basically just going to start with going by each of the tracks, what I think, and at the end give my overall opinion. First we start with What You Been On. To me is a fairly bog standard rap song, to be honest. I'm no expert in rap. I douse in it from here and there, but I am in no way an expert on this genre of music. To me, the repeated line of "fuck you been on" throughout the track just comes across as very try-hard and very cringy. When I'm listening to a song, I want that connection between it, and I also want them to put a message across. Obviously not all music is capable of that, but especially with this song as well, I feel like I'm just listening to an angry man in the background who's just jarring the entire flow of the song. It's also a braggy song, and to me personally, when I listen to music, I don't really want to know how rich you are, what you've been buying, what you're doing. I want to know about you. That's what I want from this, and I feel like with this song, it's more of a starting. I mean, it's a good starter. It's more of a starting point where it's like, right, well, this is my album. Look how fucking great I am. Bit of a negative for me. Second on the album, we have Cap. Now, Cap's music video came out, and I watched it when it was released. Music video is cool, but obviously I have gripes with the song. It's my least favourite. The overuse of autotune is ridiculous. I feel like at any point I'm gonna have fucking Star Trek Enterprise just fucking fly through, because it just feels so robotic and android to me. I mean, I think with a less autotune vocal, this is a song that could become good. It could be a lot better than what it currently is, because as of right now, to me, all I hear is such diverse vocals in terms of its melody and in terms of its just key. It's all over the place. Offset, to me, overtakes JJ in this by far, because he's so charismatic, and although he's so charismatic in the way that he pronounces things and the way that the flow goes, something that I really liked about it. But obviously he uses autotune as well, but I kind of feel like that's what it's supposed to envision with him as a rapper, is him doing his own style, and that works for him, but I don't think it really works for JJ. Poppin' was obviously a single that was released prior to the album as well. I have to say, during this review, that I've noticed that all three singles are, in my opinion, the best. My favourite song on the entire album is Down Like That, for reasons that I'll obviously describe further on in the video. I think with the singles that he's released, he's done a good job with them, and three of them, in my opinion, are the best ones on the album, and that's Poppin', and Wake Up Call, and Down Like That. And to me, those three are the really standout ones. That could be obviously because we've heard them before, or it could be because they are just really good tunes compared to the other ones. I did that with Bad Little Vibe. There wasn't too much auto-tune, there was a little tinsy bit, but it seemed to flow pretty well. The instrumentation on Bad Little Vibe is obviously very different compared to the songs before it, which sort of brings this new variety into it, which is something that I really like. I did feel like listening to the first 2 or 3 songs that it was just the same beat, just kind of copied and pasted, and saying, hey look, we've got a new song. But you don't. You've essentially just got the same thing, and you just put some different lyrics over it. And in my opinion, I don't really like that. I like a lot of variety, a lot of difference in the songs. If you're going to make an album, I'd hope that you'd have some ideas, and I feel like a lot of this album is copied and pasted.
Right, that worked, so we'll use it for this one, but maybe change it to the teensy tiny bit.
I've noticed, listening through it, that a lot of the bass beats is quite frequent. I think it's about 5 or 6 of the songs. It uses the same bass beat, and to me, I'm out for that. How It Feel just kind of goes straight back to the overuse of autotune, and I know that's obviously something that I'm frequently talking about, but I get very put off a song if autotune isn't used correctly, and I feel that in quite a lot of this, autotune isn't used correctly. Autotune is just overplayed, overused, and I'm just listening to a robot sing about how much he wants to, I don't know, fuck women. And to me, I don't want to hear that. Killer Killer, in all fairness, is a really good song. The inclusion of Ayana Lee,
I hope I pronounced that correctly,
does definitely bring a fresh new perspective on the song. KSI does use his auto-tuned vocal again, and it's just but it goes into the verse with a very bad lyric, and it just saddens me. This could have been such a good song, and I think Lee definitely is the takeaway from this song. JJ's just ruining his own song. If anything, it should be the other way around. Domain Woo! Domain, I heard the intro and I couldn't help but laugh. Feels to me like I'm back in year 7. You know the keyboards that you get when you press them, and it makes some really weird noises, and you're like,
oh shit, I'm a musician.
That's how that's the intro to me. Is as soon as I heard it, I just instantly in my head just thought, year 7. Playing on a fucking keyboard. It didn't feel creative. It didn't feel anything but just like a parody of itself. The fucking vermin backing for me is just, it doesn't work for me. Now, Down Like That for me is the best track on the album.
By far.
Down Like That is what I think this album should have aspired to be, because you have so much differentiation within the song that it works really well. SX's vocal line at the beginning and throughout the song works. It's so catchy. Even when I've not listened to the song in ages, I can find myself having a bath, walking on the street and singing along to it. It's incredibly catchy. A very diverse song that works perfectly. I think that this album should have been what that one song is, and that is diverse, catchy, really good instrumentation and rhythm. One problem I will say, obviously, with it being diverse, is that Lil Baby's section isn't a positive for me. Lil Baby comes in and it sort of jars the entire song. We've gone from having this very well established song, and then he comes in, and I remember listening going, what? Yeah, I'm doing a sing song and it doesn't really work, but it's still... Because it just throws it completely, and I'm just sat there thinking, okay, we're on this type of rhythm movement now, and then about 20 to 30 seconds later we're back to the hook of the song, and it just feels so out of place that I can't ever listen to that section and enjoy it too long, because 20 fucking seconds later we're in fucking the beginning of
The song again.
I did find myself not a fan. And Undefeated and Millions, obviously I understand that Millions is a very personal song to KSI. I couldn't connect with either of them. They don't come across as meaningful. I feel like it's not JJ being JJ, it's JJ being KSI. And KSI is trying to be too much of KSI by over-characterizing himself. It doesn't come across as genuine, it doesn't come across as meaningful. To me, how I thought when I listened to it was just him in this vocal booth with a book, just reading the lyrics off, going,
Yeah, well, this really fucking sucks, and this is quite shit, and I'm just not happy, do you know what I mean?
and that's it. There was no genuine or formality to it. I have to say that those two, whilst not my least favourite song, are on that list of least favourite. So overall, I have a lot of negatives with this album, I have a lot of gripes with this album. I can see what he's gone for and I can understand it. I don't think it's been executed properly. I don't think he's done, whilst he's worked very hard on it, and I obviously, being a musician myself, understand how hard it is to make music that is going to be good all the time, but I just find that with this, there's so many songs that are wrong, and uses of certain elements that just don't work, that I can't help but listen to this and only pay attention to the singles. The singles to me are the best part of it. I understand why he didn't make the other songs the singles, because I think, quite frankly, if you would have made the other songs the singles, this wouldn't have got half as much attention as it has. And if it did, it's because
of Bolski.
which didn't happen anyway. Yeah, just overall, I mean, out of 10, I'd give this a 6, because the work's there, the production's there, at points. It does have charisma, it does, it has its own identity, but it doesn't have the full package. Not all the songs really appeal to an audience that's looking and craving what KSI has basically teased us with. Good instrumentation and just the overuse of beats
Really grinds me.
Anyway, yeah, so this is my first video. I'm Dan. I've come underneath the name Rabid Reviewer. So I'm hoping with this is a good first start on something. If there is anything that you would like me to review, please leave a comment down below and let me know. And otherwise, enjoy the rest of your day. Please like and please subscribe.